broadly, where all topics are on the table, nothing is off limits.
Hey girl, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah. So what do you want to do today? I had a little bit of an idea.
Okay, well, go for it.
So a friend of mine gave me a trivia game and it looked pretty easy and I thought I was so smart, but turns out that I may not be as, I'm glad I'm pretty.
Not so smart.
I'm glad I'm pretty because, some of them threw me for a loop. So I sent you a few.
I've never been good at trivia, though, I tell you.
But some of these are supposed to be really easy.
Okay.
And don't repeat this, and maybe Mike won't listen to our podcast, but I was cheating just a little bit. So I'd ask him a question, and he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, how can you not know? And I'd look at the answer. I'm like, this is the answer.
You are so bad.
So
yeah. If we play this with Drew, he would just slay it. He's a trivia whiz.
I thought about him. So I sent you a couple. So maybe we can try it because I want to check your intelligence. Are you just pretty or are you pretty and smart?
I think SMRT.
Okay, good. Okay, great. I'm glad you're there. Took me a second, but I know. Okay. What colors do wrestlers wear when competing?
Don't they wear all kinds of colors? Like red and gold? I don't know.
Red and blue.
Okay. Well, I was close. That was half right. But I'm just like, wrestlers, don't they wear all kinds of colors?
I think you're thinking
Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
I think you're thinking Hulk Hogan and the crew.
Yeah.
No, I think they're talking about real wrestlers, like not the ones that
like in high school and college.
Yes. Aren't they? Yeah, like in the Olympics.
I don't know. I got half right. I'm 50% smart.
You were blue. 50%. Okay.
50. I'll take 50.
All right.
Okay, I got one for you. I'll give you one. Okay. Is it possible to whiten your teeth by smiling at the sun for a long time?
No, you cannot do that. Because if you could,
definitely no. The fact that you were like, no?
I mean, what kind of question is that?
I don't know. I guess there's probably some people out there that think, sure. I mean, just like they look at a solar eclipse.
You know what really works? Crest white strips.
Crest white strip. Yeah, exactly.
That works. Okay. See, I'm smart.
Okay.
What is the opposite of analog?
Analog? I do know this, but now I can't think of what it is.
Do you, though?
I do, but I can't think of it.
Digital.
Okay. I was going to say that, but I was like, I don't know if that's right. I know. Okay. So I'm definitely SMRT at this point. Okay. What do you call a word or phrase that reproduces the letters of another word or phrase in a different order?
Does it start with an H?
I can't give you a hint.
Anagram.
It is an anagram. You're so much smarter than me. See, I must be the looks and you must be the brains.
What? Wait a minute. Okay. I'm going to give you one more.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
What does ICE mean when it is an entry in a cell phone's address book?
Oh, it's an emergency contact.
Yes. I didn't know the answer to that.
I knew that. The emergency contact. Yeah.
I thought it was a trick question. I'd like to know.
Don't call it a comeback.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to know how many people in our audience knew the answers, but you have one more for me and we can move on. I'm tricking you. One more.
Okay. Name 2 of the 4 U.S. presidents who have been assassinated while in office.
President Lincoln and President, what?
If it makes you feel better, I didn't realize there were 4.
Oh, there are 4 of them?
Yeah, so it said name 2 of the 4. And I'm like, there were 4? I didn't realize there were 4.
Well, Lincoln and JFK.
Yeah, that's 2. But then the other 2 are Garfield and McKinley.
Who?
Did not know. No, nobody even knows who they are.
Yeah,
they were clearly presidents that were assassinated, and nobody
cared. Ooh.
Nobody cared. People are still talking about goddamn Lincoln.
Yeah, I know.
There's like a whole Broadway musical about it. Like there's like everything.
Poor Garfield. He turned into a cat.
Garfield and McKinley. It's like, huh? What? Aren't you a cat that likes lasagna?
Exactly.
And like a mountain somewhere.
So I think that we are smart.
I'd say like 50-50.
Okay. I really would like to know how many of our listeners knew the answers to those, though.
I'm not good at trivia because, like, for example, the analog question, like, I know what that is. And my recall is not as quick as it should be. And that's why I struggle at, like, trivia night and stuff.
Of course. Okay, sure.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. So if we're done with the game, which I think was super fun, I do like this. We'll have to tell your friend A+ on the game. We'll have to play this with everybody.
Yeah, if you're listening, thank you.
So one thing I do really want to talk about this week that kind of came out that just struck a chord in a lot of different ways was about the YouTuber Tara Woodcocks.
Okay.
Who proclaimed a travel hack. And I used to travel a lot for work. I'm all about travel hacks. But she basically said that a way to clean your underwear is in the coffee maker.
What? Do you put it in the pot and let the hot water come?
No, you put it in like the filter section and let the hot water go through your underwear into the coffee pot. And I'm assuming you throw away that water. But
no,
what came out since then, a lot of people were like, first of all, that's horribly disgusting and brings up a lot of initial issues of hygiene as it relates to travel and hotels. But she then came out and said, well, I didn't ever actually do it. I learned this hack from a friend of mine who was a flight attendant, which then also raises the question of why is the flight attendant doing that? That's just so gross. So, I mean, before we get into what are other issues with hotels and things that maybe you do to keep it hygienic.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I mean, I'm like gagging because that's so gross to me.
So
that's not a hack. That's like a horror.
3 thoughts. My first one is, that's actually a good idea. Hot water on your nasty underwear. It's like a little machine wash in there. Okay.
I mean, there's no turning. There's no undulation to actually clean your underwear.
Say that word again.
Undulation.
Ooh.
It'd be better suited to use the shower head, to high power stuff through the crotch area, and clean it.
I'm going to have Mike say undulation more because I like that word. Undulation. Undulate me.
And then you're going to clean your underwear in a Keurig.
Undulation. I like that word. So I don't know how the undulation goes, but my second thought was, I am so glad I've never made coffee in a coffee maker at a hotel.
Well, and so then that's the other question. I've got certain things in hotels that I will not touch. So first and foremost, coffee maker, never. In fact, the last couple of times I've ever traveled with my mother, she always wants to make coffee in the coffee maker. And I'm like, no. And if you think you're going to make coffee in the coffee maker, let's clean it out ourselves. So we use a wash rag and we wipe it out because that never gets clean.
Yeah.
But I also take off the comforter.
Yep.
And blankets because that never gets washed. Now, I don't go so far as to bring my own pillow or any of that stuff, but it creeps me out if I need a blanket and there's a blanket in there because I'm just not sure if that's been washed lately.
Well, when I used to travel, one of my travels places, I would stay at the same hotel and they didn't have carpet. They only had tile and I loved it.
That's nice.
Because the carpet is disgusting. I don't like hotels whenever I go. It's like I don't touch anything. I shower and go. And in my back of my mind, every time it's disgusting. So to know that somebody put their underwear in there, it truly is disgusting.
It's great that this Tara woman said she never did it. But the fact that this flight attendant apparently has done it.
Oh, it's disgusting.
That means other people have. So it just, there's definitely a red flag on any and all coffee makers to the point that if I was a hotel or worked at a hotel and a hotel manager, I would immediately be like, we need to either start cleaning these.
Exactly.
Or just pull them out of the room. We offer free coffee downstairs in the lobby anyways.
Yeah.
Let's just pull them out of the room and be done with it.
Yeah.
There's just no need.
I was reading too, somebody made grilled cheese with their iron. Is that true?
I don't think that's true. I think that's more of a horror, like what if kind of a thing. I mean, I hope not. That's just, first of all, why would you be going out to the store to buy bread and cheese to then make the grilled cheese in your hotel versus just buying a grilled cheese sandwich?
I haven't done it, but I assume to save money. So you go to the grocery store and you buy your groceries if you don't have a lot of money. So you just, but to be clear, I haven't done it.
There are other hotels that offer little kitchenettes that have toasters or pots and pans or things that you can use to make a more sanitary grilled cheese sandwich. I guess, my takeaway is if I'm going to use the iron, I need to check it for cheese before putting it on my clothes. Because I'd be pretty pissed off if I start ironing my silk blouse and there's American cheese just slathered all over it.
Can you imagine? Oh my God. I really don't like hotels. I don't let anybody in. Nothing.
I don't want cleaners coming in every day or any of
Me
that
either.
stuff. I like to have my own, but I try to almost create my floor is lava sort of scenario where I've got towels.
Exactly. I don't let them in either. I will not let them in. And when I walk out, like in the morning, if you go to a meeting or whatever the case may be, they're usually in the hallway. I'll grab towels. I'll grab anything I need. And they're not allowed in my room until I leave. I don't like them in there.
Yeah. I'm kind of
That's it.
way.
I mean, they work hard.
So let's get back to the underwear in the coffee maker. So in my mind, the water gets pretty hot in the shower and in the sink. So why wouldn't you just use soap and some hot water and wash it like you would back in the olden days when you're at the river? Why wouldn't you just wash your underwear?
Undulate.
Yeah. Why would you? Because just having not to get into TMI, but just having hot water pour over my underwear ain't gonna clean all that shit in the crotch area. Like, it's just not gonna necessarily get it all done.
Well, why don't you just go commando?
Well, and that's the other option. If you actually didn't pack, if you're a flight attendant, shame on you, and you didn't pack enough underwear, go commando.
Yeah.
You're probably wearing hose anyways. You don't need to wear underwear with your hose.
Even if you're not, go commando.
Yeah. There's just,
I agree with you.
There's nothing that would, now I will say I have had to wash underwear in a hotel. I did not use the coffee maker, but I did in the sink or something like that because of ill packing, right? But at the end of the day, there's other places that you do it that are more hygienic.
Agreed.
Agreed. It's bizarre to me that would even be a welcomed hack, I guess.
So what about Cardi B?
Did you watch her video?
Maybe.
Well, so that just came out. Cardi B live streamed herself eating ice cubes out of an ice bucket, presumably at a hotel, but she was spooning it using the scoop from the ice bucket.
Was her mouth touching?
With her mouth touching the ice scoop. So it then gets to the same hygienic question.
Yeah.
Right? And the scoopers, you just kind of don't want to think about it. But to think that somebody may have been using that as a spoon is pretty gross.
Everything is disgusting. Everything in a hotel is disgusting. Everything people touch it. You don't know where their hands have been. I do not like staying at hotels. I do it because I have to, but I don't. It's just disgusting.
I will say what was kind of interesting from a takeaway of the Cardi B video was her chomping on ice. So it turned into this whole thing about, is she an ice addict? I don't think that's necessarily a big deal, but it was her constant crunching. And I thought about you because of your kind of phobia of going to the movies and people eating.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, there's this whole ASMR movement.
It's not ASMR. It's ASMR.
No, it's ASMR.
Okay. I'll let you have it.
YOLO.
I do not know YOLO.
You don't know what YOLO is?
I do not know. What is YOLO?
You only live once.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard that.
Wow. I'm not going to say you're old, but...
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll ask my kids.
So, ASMR.
Okay.
So...
Or ASMR.
Tomato.
I'm very familiar with it only because of my children. They watch that stuff all the time on YouTube.
So I just heard about it on Instagram, actually, and I didn't know what it was. I had to look it up. I'm like, ASMR, okay. Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. That's what it means. And you know how influencers tick everything with their nails? It's like, once I want to kill myself. Yeah, but people like that. And then they do the wrapper.
Yep.
And that's supposed to lure people in and they want to hear it. And I just want to die. So there's certain, I love a dog eating or a cat eating. That's so cute. A human being, I want to just gouge their eyes out.
And there's different types of ASMR. Like one of the things is visual ASMR. In fact, I just heard on another newscast, I think it was Ryan Seacrest or something. They were talking about AI generated mattresses or beds. And they were talking about, I want a bed of macaroni and cheese. And they were able to create this visual of laying in a bed of mac and cheese or a bed of Jello or, something like that.
Just seeing it turns or
just
makes them tingle
and understanding. So knowing what it is, right? So mac and cheese or Jello or whatever it might be. And then the act of watching somebody sort of sink into said bed of substance is a
Tingly.
visual, satisfying ASMR moment. But then they also have other things. So there's the high texture. So you might not like this. I've seen this a couple of times where they'll have these pastries, these pretty incredible pastries that look like apples or giant mangoes or what have you. And they bite into these things, but it's only the one bite. So you're not watching them eat this entire pastry, but it's that initial snap of the outside, the crunch of it, that's satisfying.
Okay. So
that's another kind.
So going back to the visual, if I had a visual of like a bed of Brad Pitts and then a visual of me sinking into all the Brad Pitts, I could see how that would make me tingle. Because ASMR makes you tingle. That's like the whole definition. It gives you a tingly sensation. Well, I will tingle.
Well,
I will be tingling everywhere.
Yeah. So different people kind of experience different sensations. But yes, some folks have been known to feel like a tingling. But one thing I like about the idea of ASMR, see, you've got me saying that now too, is they call it like a brain massage. So watching it gives you this odd satisfaction,
right? Where
you're not thinking about other stuff. It doesn't stress you out and it kind of oddly relaxes you. So, and I know for myself, it's not so much a tingle or like an erotic sort of sensation, if you will, but it is relaxing. It is.
So it's supposed to be a brain tingle is what I read.
Yes.
Whatever that means. You want to tingle my brain?
I'd like to tingle my brain. What?
And then the second one you mentioned was texture. What's the difference then? The difference between the crunch of a pastry and the crunch of an apple? Is it supposed to do the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think an apple could work as well. I think the idea is you're not seeing or listening to the continuation of the eating. So there's not any wet noises of them like eating stuff. And it's more about that initial snap of the bite that is that.
So, but there are videos of people eating and that turns people on.
Yeah,
where's the my question is, what's the difference? Where's the line of ASMR and sexual?
I don't know. Like, that's a great question. I think knowing that my kids are super into it, it hasn't creeped into the sexual. But I do think it teeters on that line of a fetish where you're kind of infatuated about something. Like, for example, in school, fidget spinners are really popular and squishies are really popular. And they also have those things that have the dots that you pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all kind of simulated from ASMR stuff.
Stimulated. See, it stimulates.
Stimulated. But it's something that keeps their mind occupied without really distracting them, but it soothes them, if that makes sense. It's satisfying to pop all the bubbles or to squish something that's soft and smushy in your hand, or to spin this fidget and it's got this nice like soothing like buzz.
And again, ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. So the sensory piece of it is what you're pointing at, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the most popular ASMR is whispering. And again, where is it sexual and where is it like, I mean, I could whisper all day long.
I think, you could whisper all day long. And I think Mike would just go, what? What are you saying?
He already does.
What? Let me turn it up. And I think that's the idea, is that you're tapping all the different senses. So you've got, a sound, a visual. And then there's some that even though you're not physically tasting it, I think the snapping aspect, it kind of makes you feel like you're biting into it too, if that makes sense. And then they have one that I find incredibly satisfying, actually, but they call it material science, but it's like cleaning. So they'll show different rugs they'll put different products on there, and it's just over and over and over again, and then they're constantly cleaning it and cleaning it and cleaning it in rapid motion, and it's oddly very satisfying. So it's a really dirty rug, and then they put all this different brightly colored cleaning supplies on there that then over time it finally gets clean and it's like bright white. if that makes sense. Like going to
It's
completion.
like when you get a bubble wrap, when you buy something and you're
it, and you're popping it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's oddly satisfying. There's certain things that are satisfying. Like, what's your oddly satisfying thing? Can you say it in public?
Might get arrested. I'm not sure.
I mean, just making sure that this is a PG here.
So I will say one of the things that I may have mentioned this when we were kind of talking about this episode, but pimple popping.
I love pimple popping.
Really satisfying for me.
I love when everything gushes out.
Blackheads and pimples, and it's the whole prepping it and you're building it up for that final eruption. It is so unbelievably satisfying for me. I can't even tell you how I should have been Dr. Pimple Popper.
I mean, even looking at you, you're like, oh yeah, that really does it for you.
No, I do. And I've watched Dr. Pimple Popper, and there's some stuff on there I have to turn away because it is just
gross.
Gnarly. But it is really satisfying. And and they have some ASMR videos that are similar where they have fake pimples that people are popping as part of the ASMR stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to have to agree. Mine would have to be pimple popping because I just get such satisfaction out of it, just oozing like boop and all that like stuff coming out. But
I'm trying to convince one of my kids to become a dermatologist.
Well, and I have a mirror that you can see up close. So any little imperfection, I love plucking my hairs, my little whiskers. But anyway, I go back to on the internet where the tapping of the and then whenever they're trying to sell something, they make sure that they make the bag go and for me, it's just interesting how some people love it. And for me, it's like, oh my God, just open the bag and stop with their long nails and they're fake. And it's like, click, 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 click. I just have to scroll
along. Have you watched any
of
Grace's videos? She totally has that.
Yes, she does. Click, click, click. And I just can't. I used to be a fan.
You're having PTSD from the last movie you went and saw.
I mean, oh my gosh. Yeah.
So Bob is eating his milk duds and crunching on his popcorn next to you.
God, poor Mike. He'll chew gum and I turn my head. He can't even chew gum.
So I have a horrible habit of popping my gum. So I don't chew gum very often at all. But I learned from my mother how to pop gum. And so it's like pop, 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 pop. And after a while, my jaw starts to hurt and I'm going, this is annoying to me. Like, why am I even doing this? And I have to throw it away. But I know I'm annoying people.
Well, I think it's interesting, though, how it's such a thing that they're actually content creators and that's all they do. Yeah. That is all they do is ASMR. Yeah. And we should call them and say, is it ASMR? Or is it ASMR?
I just know YOLO. My children always called it ASMR videos. So I'm going with the younger gen.
It's like...
I think the younger generation might know.
How about the LOL? LOL. Laughing out loud. People say LOL. Just saying, I think it's
Who says LOL? Nobody says LOL.
Somebody out there says LOL.
Does Jax Garcia say LOL?
No, but anyway, I still think it's ASMR. I would love anybody listening to chime in. Is it ASMR or ASMAR?
It's ASMR.
Oh, I added an A. See, it's ASMR.
You are so smart. SMRT.
Yeah, anyway.
All right. Well, it's probably time for us to sip and sign off.
Okay. So, per the usual, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You can go first. How about you go first?
Okay. Well, I have a new product that I tried. I don't like protein bars, but of course, on the internet, everybody's eating Prime Bite. So I had to give it a shot because why not? And I love sweets. I'm just trying to cut back and switch it off for fruit and things like that. So they're called Prime Bites and they look like, so tonight I had a red velvet and it wasn't that bad. That's like 230 calories, 19 grams of protein. And for a protein bar, it's not bad. So I would highly recommend if you want something sweet that's different than just the fruit, because I love red velvet cake and it hit the spot and that's what I needed. And it wasn't a whole piece of cake. It was, small.
A bite.
So yeah, it's called Prime Bites. And not right now they have the Dubai chocolate one, which I liked that one. And so I bought a couple of boxes just to have for my after dinner snack.
Like you, I enjoy a little bit of sweet here and there, but if I can find something that also includes some protein, I don't feel so guilty. Yeah. And I just need that one bite. So I'm excited. I'd like to try the Dubai. I love Dubai chocolate because I love the pistachios. So
I'll send you the link and you could try it. They're not cheap, but tonight I was very
None
impressed.
of them ever are, though. So it
True.
doesn't surprise me. So, but I would love to try new stuff, but it's hard to find them because some of them can be really chalky and weird. Yeah. So anyways.
And it's Prime Bites, have different flavors. I liked it, so I would recommend if you're looking for something here and there, not every day, not all day. So yeah, that's my sip and sign off.
I like it.
How about yours?
So my sip and sign off, I've been kind of closing out some TV binging I've been doing. And like a lot of people, I was quote unquote turned on by Heated Rivalry, which if anybody's out there has heard of it,
Hockey.
I think yes, it's based on a book series, but it's about hockey players that fall in love. They're enemies on the ice, but then, they're also homosexuals that they're not really sure about their sexuality and all this kind of stuff. But it's really well done and it's pretty hot. And even if you aren't like turned on by watching two men or two women get it on, that's fine. The scenes are very well done. In fact, one of the producers, I think, on the show does Letterkenny, which is also a big hockey. It's hysterical, like hockey show. But anyways, it's just really good. And it's only 6 episodes, but I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to see kind of where it goes. But it's about a love story. And who doesn't want to see and root for folks falling in love? So if anybody has heard about it, but unsure if they want to watch it, it's really good. It's worth the 6 episodes to watch for sure.
Sure. What's it called?
Yep. Heated Rivalry.
Okay. So I would love for anybody who's listening to let us know what your ASMR is. Yeah. And how you did on the trivia test.
Your underwear in a coffee.
Yeah. And how you did at trivia. So if you're listening, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, exactly. So
thanks for listening. Yeah. Yes, thanks for listening.
Bye.
If you enjoy this podcast, follow us on Instagram under Broad Speaking Broadly, and we will
see you next Tuesday.